Hey guys, it's Udi, and we are checking out Prime8 Plus by UVI, maybe one of the best recreations of the 808 drum machine. Let's get started. So I'm going to break down and explain what we have, but at the end of this video, of course, I'm going to go through some of the presets. So if you want to just jump over there and have a listen and then come back, I'm totally fine with that. Now on the top here, we have the mixer and you can see the different instruments. So we have the bass drum, snare, low tom, mid tom, high tom, rim shot, clap, cowbell, cymbal, open hat, close hat. But 5 of these are actually doubles. So you can switch between low conga and low tom, and that's going to give you a different sound, of course. And that goes the same for the mid conga, high conga, clavs, and maracas. So all of those are switchables. And now the way it works is really easy. So let me go into the init preset, and I'm using the UVI workstation. And if you have Falcon 2, lucky you, then it's pretty much the same idea, right? So now we have the instrument switch here, and we are on bass drum. So whatever I program now is going to be bass drums. Let's do a simple pattern. I'm going to go with 4 on the floor, and now let's click start. All right, fairly easy. And if I want to add a snare drum, once I just dial to the snare drum, the pattern that I just programmed just goes away because we are focused on the snare drum. I'm going to put that 5 and 13, and together they will play this. Right, and we can add some closed hats, and again everything is clear, and I'm just gonna light up everything, and this is going to be a very simple pattern that you probably recognize. Now if I want to have some of these notes play softer, all you need to do is just click again, and now we have this yellow light, and this means that we are in mid velocity, not full velocity. And if we want to add more, we can go and add something like maracas. So right now I'm here on the clap, but we're going to change that into maracas. And I'm going to add that, well, here and there, and that's it. So let's have a listen. So this is basically it. This is how you program. Now let's go a step deeper. First of all, we have the resolution. So we are on 8th. If we want to go into triplet 8, we'll go one step up. If we want to have 16 notes, we'll go another step, and finally 16 triplets. So let's have a listen. Now we do have 8 patterns that we can program for each preset. And right now we are on pattern number 1. So just imagine that you have a song, and for that song you have an intro, you have a verse, you have chorus, you have a pre-chorus, whatever you have, you can just create those patterns as part of that preset. So if I'll just dial this from 1, 2, everything is blank now. Whatever I select, there's nothing here, and that's how it works. So you can create different patterns, and we also have different pages. So right now we have page 1 selected, but we can have page 2 and program that. And we can flick here. You can see this button here. We can click this, and now we are going into page number 2, and we can again program this. So that's the basic paging and patterns ideas. And on top of that, we also can change the number of steps. So right now we are on 16 steps, but we can change that to 12, and that will create a 3/4 patterns. So very, very simple stuff. Next, we also have the global swing right here. And in addition to all of that, we can actually click this Gen button. Once we click that, we have just generated the MIDI programming, and we can drag and drop that to our session, to our DAW, to our song, and use it and continue to work with this. Now, as you can see on the bottom, we have the keyboard. So the green is our bass drum, which is tuned. And you can use that if you're going to program this note by note in MIDI and not through the user interface. Then we have the different instruments, starting with C1. Right? And finally, on the right side here, we have the different patterns. So you can see that these correspond to our patterns programming. And let's just go select one of the presets and see how all that is applied into the preset. I'm gonna just select something. Let's go with a lo-fi, and I'm gonna go with this one. So now if I'll just flick through the patterns, you see that we have everything just programmed, right? So let's play. Right, so you can use that in your MIDI to trigger the different patterns. You don't have to use the user interface. And last, we also have the effects view. So when you switch this to the right, you'll see that we have different effects for each of the instruments. We have reverb, we have delay, we have drive, we have a filter, and all of that can be applied separately to each of the instruments. And we also have a multi-output. So when you're using that in your DAW, you can configure separate outputs for each of the instruments. So with that, let's just finish with a lot of examples of the presets. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next videos. Bye-bye.